Hi Akshay, welcome to
Hi,
the
how
How
are
are
you?
you? I'm good.
Fantastic. Fantastic. Good, good, good.
Yeah, so tell me, how are you dealing with this quarantine? I keep looking at your Instagram, it's lit.
Yeah, I finally realized that I'm really bad at Instagram and I need to get better at it. And
Okay.
I've spent too much time focusing, I guess, on my acting projects and less time focusing on my social
Yeah,
media and my PR. So I decided I need to improve it. So I've been posting a lot more on Instagram. Thank you for
yeah,
that.
I saw that.
Yeah, I mean the quarantine has been as good as it can be. Matlab, I have a little kid. I'm married, so I've got
Yeah,
I'm at home with both of them, and I shoot a lot. Especially the last
yeah,
2 to 3 years, I shoot a lot. In the last couple of years, I've done so much work that मैं barely घर पे
I
रहता
know.
हूँ. So for me, it's been a great time to just be at home
Yeah.
and relax and unwind and refresh our batteries because once we all get back to work, I'm sure it's going to be like a dhamaka types.
Okay. So there are questions, so many questions already. Shanu here is asking, you nailed it in Hum Tum Aur Them. Any particular series helped you in killing boredom?
Thank you so much for watching Hum Tum and Them. I loved playing Yudi, one of my favorite characters till date.
Yeah.
And rarely people have given me romantic stuff. It's usually harder hitting, things like Lal Rang and Gurgaon.
Yeah,
So it's really fun to play something that was light-hearted and like a lover boy
I
and
know.
like wears his heart on his sleeve. What have I been watching? I saw The Family Man with Manoj Bajpayee and directed by
Yeah.
Rajan DK, which I thought was phenomenal. I saw Mirzapur. I had never watched Mirzapur before. I thought that was
Okay.
really, really good. And I've been watching a lot of films that I haven't watched and that I wanted to catch up on. So I've been spending some time doing that. A lot of older films, that I missed because, as I
Yeah.
said, I've been working Hindi, English, dono.
Yeah.
Of that, I watched Masan finally. I hadn't seen
Okay.
Masan. I missed
Oh,
it.
that's a great film. Yeah.
Yeah, it's a great film, and two of my favorite actors, who have worked with Sanjay Mishra and Pankaj
Yeah.
Tripathi, are in the film, and they're remarkable. So so much to learn from those legends. So
Yeah.
I watched those. I've been growing my beard out. There's no need to
I
shave it.
think I think people are loving it. They are praising your eyes and your new look.
Thank you, thank you. Yes, that's very sweet, guys. Thank you.
Okay.
Yeah, I
So
read somebody asking me if my eyes are fake. I've had that question like my
yeah,
whole
so many
life.
times.
Oh my god. So I look at that and I'm just like, okay.
Okay. So someone here is asking that are you into directing a movie or series in the future?
No, not directing anything, but I'm thinking about writing something.
Okay.
Something that I would act in myself,
Yeah.
so like creating my own content in a way. So I've been sort of thinking about stuff like that. And this quarantine's been a really good time to do that. I mean, I'm not a writer, obviously by trade, or even the craft of writing, I don't know. But I
Yeah.
thought I would start using this. Please, I've seen this many times. Ishita S, I love you too. Thank you so much. I just want to reply to you because I keep saying it. Um, so yeah, I think I might write. I'm going to write something. I don't know when and how I'll put it together and what it'll be. But I have an
Yeah.
idea. I have like a thought in mind of
Okay.
a kind of character I'd really want to play.
Yeah.
Uh, so I'm figuring it out. Like I'm using this time to sort of get the bearings of writing. It's not
Yeah.
that easy. It's not
I
it's
know.
not to pick up a craft. Like I always get astounded when people wake up one day and they're like, I want to be an actor. It
Yeah.
takes years to learn a craft.
Of
And the
course.
same way with writing, it's not a joke. Like it'll take some time to figure it out. But I think I'll write something, and
Okay.
eventually I'd like to produce something that I'm not acting in. Content that I
Yeah.
like that I'm not necessarily the actor in, but I would like to produce something eventually too.
Okay. So Anjali here is asking, binge watched Hum Tum or Them again. You are my favorite character, and my husband is having a tough time to match up with the romantic quotient.
Ah, I'm
You
sure
must
your
be getting that
husband.
a lot.
I'm sure your husband's a great guy. Keep in mind, Yudi is a character written for the screen, and your husband is the real deal. So stick with him. I'm sure he's
Yeah.
wonderful.
Okay. So Akshay, you are having back-to-back projects, and you are having two more web series, Illegal and Magic, coming up. You have a film with Disha Patni. How are you coping up with so much work?
I'm a workaholic. I really love acting. It's a drug. It's like the best
Yeah.
nasha on the planet is acting for me. It's therapeutic. It's everything. Like it's my hobby. It's my job. It's my passion. I live
Yeah.
and breathe acting. So, it's been great. In all these years, all I ever wanted was to be an actor and to be called a good actor. That's all I ever
Yeah.
wanted since I was 15. So the last couple of years, to get the kind of work I got with the
Yeah.
kind of actors and the people backing it has been really
Yeah.
great. Yeah. So yeah, sure. While I was in the middle of it, I would complain that like, oh man, which set am I on, and I have to do this, and how am I going to balance it, and how do I keep each character original and fresh? I had a great time, and now that I'm sitting at home reflecting on it, I'm like,
Yeah.
what a great year, and I hope that when this ends, I just get right back to that momentum.
Okay. And 2, 3 people have already asked, when is Hum Tum Aur Them season 2 coming?
That would be for Ekta Kapoor ma'am to answer, but but I'm pretty sure we'll do it. I'm pretty sure we'll get something out there eventually, because I think the show's been really loved, and
Yeah.
that it's magical when that kind of thing happens. So I definitely think that we won't let that opportunity go, or we should not.
Yeah.
But it's just a matter of time. Yeah, it's just a matter of like when this thing kind of dies out, we can all get out there again. We'll definitely make it.
Okay. And actually, you have tried your hands on both, in films and along with, of course, so many web shows. So you have done both. Do you think that web is sort of like taking over now?
Um, I was having this conversation with a couple of people from our industry the other day on the
Yeah.
phone, and I wouldn't say so. I think
Okay.
I think a lot of people are saying that, especially now with COVID-19 and
Yeah.
coronavirus and all of that, and
Of
when
course.
we'll get back to the cinema. But people have been saying that for years. There is always
Yeah.
something or the other that cinema khatam ho chuka hai, blah 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 blah. I've heard about that forever. And then people are, and
Yeah.
then, last year people were saying only event films work at the box office, meaning
Huh.
like big
Yeah.
period movies like Tanaji or some. But then a
Mm-hmm.
Badai Ho comes and it works, a Stree comes and it works. So I don't think so, yaar. I really think digital will have its own market, its own space.
Yeah.
And the people who are making web content are also the guys making film content. So it's really the same people, the same business. The models are different and consumption is different. But I really don't think so. I think next year there's going to be a bunch of movies,
Yeah.
and all these are going to release that whatever are backed up. This is just a thing that we're fighting, and it's going to be a bit of a delay. And but I think our government's doing a great job in containing it
Yeah.
to whatever extent you can, because this is a monster undertaking. There are always going to be
Yeah.
people unhappy with the way things are going,
Of
but I
course.
really think films will come back, and I think that web will keep growing the way it's growing exponentially, and that'll give more competition to movies. So you have to make better movies, otherwise people are going to sit at home and just watch web content.
Yeah.
I,
So,
I read a couple of things about pizza. I just want to thank
yeah,
whoever
pizza. I
said
was
that.
just, my
Yeah.
next question is going to do be that.
Oh,
So,
super. Okay. Go
tell me
ahead.
something about it. Yeah.
Yeah, right. Pizza was like, a lifesaver kind of film for me, because I was launched by Rajshri, Suraj Barjatia, big, banner, whatever, for an
Yeah.
outsider. I was a theater actor, so for me it was a huge deal. But nothing happened with that movie. Yeah? I mean, I think my work was well reviewed, but
Yeah.
nothing happened in the movie. And it was really heartbreaking and devastating. And
I know.
eventually, I went back to theater, and then Bijoy did a show with me called MTV Rush. And then
Okay.
after that, he offered me pizza, and pizza was a huge hit in the South. And
Yeah.
here it wasn't a huge hit, but I think it's been a really big cable hit and a big digital hit.
Yeah.
But all my work post that, Kala Kanti, Lal Rang, Gurgaon, whatever,
Yeah.
Jungle, Bomberia, all those films came from pizza. So pizza holds a
Pizza.
really special place in my heart.
Okay, that's great. So Sagar here is asking, according to you, what is important for actors to do at home nowadays?
Very good question, Sagar. If you are a budding actor, that's a great question to ask. I think, acting, one of the things that really people can work on. See, the thing is, the problem with acting is it's not like singing. If I was a singer, I would wake up every
Yeah.
day and do 6 hours of riyaz. If I was a dancer, I'd dance all day long. With movies, the problem is sometimes acting, particularly, you need a director, you need lights, you need a
Yeah.
camera, you need a cast and crew. So there's not, the riyaz is working. But what I find you can do at home is voice training, language skills, because sometimes you might be weak in English or you might be weak in
Yeah.
Hindi, and both are used in our movies. Our movies are 90%, 80% Hindi and 20% English. So I would work on my language skills. If I, sitting at home for a budding actor right now, I would, because that's 50% of how you communicate. 50% is the visual and 50% is the sound, is the audio for an actor. So I would really, I meet a lot of actors who I feel like if they just improve their language skills, things would be a lot better. And I spent a lot of time in America, so I know what it takes to improve, language. So I would use this time to, Premchand की किताबें पढ़ो यार, मेरे पीछे रखी हुई है काफी सारी. Read some good Hindi and like work on that. So that's what I would say right now.
Okay. So Saru Mowli here is asking,
Saru
do you take
Mowli,
critics'
hi.
reviews seriously?
She's a lovely person. I know her. She's a good like. We interact on Instagram. She comments on my pictures and things like that. Sorry, what is she asking?
Okay. She's asking, do you take critic reviews seriously?
Oh, very seriously, very very seriously. I don't watch my own work. Like I don't. I get too like, why is my nose like that? Why are my eyes like that? Why is my hair looking so stupid? So I don't watch my own work. I never look into a mirror before I act. Like, on set, you got actors who are just like constantly fixing themselves. I don't do any of that. If my makeup guy Rishi says I look good, then I look good. So I don't do that. So critic reviews and audience feedback is what I go by. And that's how I improve my own, craft. I don't sit there and decide for myself कि हाँ मेरी smile ऐसी थी, ऐसा करना चाहिए, वैसा करना चाहिए. I read reviews and I, figure out that, okay, what are people saying? What are my positives? What are my weaknesses? What do I think I should work on? How can I better myself? Straight from reviews. I read everything. I read every single YouTube comment. I read every little review that is out there. Like anybody could have reviewed the project, I would have read it. So, whoever's listening, if you've ever written anything, I've probably read it.
Your fans are actually backing you up on that because they are saying he takes fan comments very seriously. They are literally writing that.
I do. I miss that, but I definitely do. I take it very seriously because it is everything. Yeah, I mean, you don't find time to always respond to everything, right? Like,
yeah, of course.
You just don't. And I don't want to be spending that much time on my phone to begin with. So I try and spend less time on my phone so I can be available to the universe and life. Exactly. If that's what I have to replicate on screen. If I'm doing this all day, I see a lot of actors just on their phone, Instagramming pictures. I can't do that. I need to focus on life to be a good actor. So I can't respond to everything. So I respond to as much as I can. But I definitely read everything. So if whoever's out there, please don't get upset with me if I don't respond. But just know I'm reading and I'm very touched. And thank you, and keep giving me feedback, positive or negative, always, forever.
Okay. That's great. So Antara here is asking, have you ever thought of starting your own YouTube channel?
No. No. I think there are some actors out there who do that, and they do it very well. They create content for people. Outside of my filmmaking life and the characters that I play, I don't really see a thing to do that. Yeah, I mean, like, I don't have content to create like that. I think some people are very good at it. It's a personality thing, like I've worked with Karan Wahi. He's a great example of somebody who can just constantly create content. He's constantly creating content on sets that he Instagrams and he puts out. And I think his fans love it and he interacts with them that way. It's a personality thing. And for me, I mean, I don't want to, like, I feel like my life is boring. I want to play other people. That's why I became an actor. So for me to have a YouTube channel is kind of, backward.
Okay. And Akshay, with so many years in the industry, if I ask you, give, because several people ask this on live videos that, give some tips for struggling actors or people who want to act, what would that be?
Yeah, that's a nice question. I think that life has changed a lot. Like, when I first started, there were no casting directors. There was, you had to just, figure out a path. It was like, I used to take a portfolio and go around, knock on doors and say, sir, mujhe ek role de do, main kuch bhi kar lunga, actor hoon, falan timka. But now there are casting directors. So my advice to people today is to not wait around. There's this whole weird stigma in Bollywood that, people wait for that break or whatever. I think now you need to get out there. You need to keep working. Chahe wo 2 second ka role ho, ya bada role ho, ya kuch nahi ho, ya passing shot ho. Go experience it. Go learn. It's a craft. Acting is a craft. It's just like just like if somebody's performing surgery on me, I don't want the person to say, "This is my first surgery, sir," and then start cutting me
Yeah,
up.
I know.
Same thing with acting, So I really think that people should focus on just playing characters, playing parts, stretching themselves, playing things that they're out of their comfort zone. And it's better to do it when you don't have the limelight on you. When you
Yeah,
become a star and you have limelight on you, then everyone's watching every move you make.
I know.
So that's the advice I would give to younger actors, that don't feel entitled. Go out there and work and be an actor. Be a working actor.
Okay. And someone was asking about your Hollywood plans, if you would ever want to do a Hollywood film.
Sure. I would never leave India. It took me forever. I'm actually an American citizen, right? So for me,
Okay.
it would
Yeah.
be like I could potentially do it.
Yeah.
But I just love how we work here. I love this industry. I love the content we produce. I don't really think that I would get, I would play terrorist number 5 in Hollywood. And who wants to do that? I wanted to be an actor. I wanted to play interesting parts, and here I get to do it. So
Yeah.
I'm very grateful to my industry, and I think that we're on the cusp of greatness. Like, I think Bollywood is on the cusp of greatness. So I don't want to miss that either. But yeah, sure. If anything ever pops up, I'd love to do it. I'd love to be a part of. I'd love to do all kinds of mediums and countries and different languages and that sort of thing. Even regional work.
Okay. So Antra here is saying something very interesting. She's saying, I have shown your show to my non-Indian friends. They love it. They asked me whether you are one of the Khans.
No, I'm not one of the Khans. I'm an Oberoi is what I am. But no, I don't. That's really sweet. Yeah, thank you for sharing my work with other people. I really appreciate that. Sorry, I missed your name. What was her name?
1 second. It's here. Antra.
Antara. Thank you, Antara. Thank you for sharing it with all your friends. I really appreciate that. That's very sweet. Yeah, no, tell them I'm not one of the Khans, but to keep watching, hopefully, and hopefully there's other work out there that they like.
Yeah. Also, Akshay, I'm seeing there are literally, you have so many, you have like an army of people that love you. And I just want to ask, with this quarantine period, are you getting more time to interact with all your fans? Because as I can see, they're saying that you all have conversations on social media as well.
Sorry, somebody called me in between, so we missed that. What was that question
No problem.
you said about spending
Yeah,
interacting
so
with fans?
so I'm asking that, now that you're at home and during this quarantine period, are you getting like more time sort of to interact with your fans even more?
Yes, I am. I am. Actually, there's this person right here, Rishita, who I just read a DM from, and it cracked me up because she did something funny in there. So she's actually here commenting, "Hi, Ishita,
Yeah,
how are
she's
you?"
here.
Yeah, so I have been, and it's been a great time to actually interact with people and to read stuff and to just reflect on life in general and reflect on my career and how things are going.
Yeah.
So thank you guys for writing. Like, if fans didn't exist, we would be nowhere. Yeah, we are nobody without you guys. So thank you so very much for always supporting. There are people who've been there from the first film of mine, who've been watching since then, and I'm so grateful for it. I can't even begin to tell you.
Okay. Akshay, lastly, I would want you to, give, as you know, that we are not in a very good space right now, and there's like a virus crisis that's going on. So if I ask you, to give out some positivity and a message to all your fans, what would that be?
This is a tough time. You're right. There is no magical thing that I could say that would cure the negativity that's happening. And I wish I could. It makes you realize that actors are just, we're just heroes on screen and nothing else. You're as ineffective as anyone else is. And the only thing that I can do is to whoever's watching is to say, stay positive, and we are a lot stronger than this. Human beings, we've been around for quite some time. We will continue to be around. And luckily, the government is doing, is taking action, and we're in their hands. And I think they're doing a pretty good job of things. I mean, look, there'll always be detractors. There'll always be things that they could have done better. But at least there is momentum, and things are, we're trying to better our situation.
Yeah.
And you're bound to feel negative thoughts during this time, but I would urge you to not. I mean, it's easier said than done, but being somebody who's an actor, I mean, the journey that I've been through, with the struggle and the rejection and that sort of thing, you always have to have a positive mindset and an optimistic mindset. You really do. It has to be this kind of like, I will make it no matter what. And I think that that applies to this situation too, that we will persevere no matter what. So I really hope people who are listening just fight through this. Yeah, fight coronavirus. Amit Turkai says, say my name. Turkiya?
Say my name. Turkiya, yeah.
Turkiya. Amit Turkiya. There, I said your name, bro.
Okay, Akshay, that was so nice talking to you, and all the very best for all the upcoming projects.
Thank you, yeah. Thank you for having me. Yes, you're right. Go Corona, go. And Peeping Moon Telly is someone who's I've actually been following for some time. And
oh, that's so sweet. Thank you.
Yeah. So I was like, wanted to say that before I go as well. So.
Okay. Thank you so much, Akshay. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Thanks for having me. Hopefully you guys have me again soon, and everyone stay safe and keep washing your hands and stay COVID free.
Okay. Bye-bye.
Thank you. Bye.